Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3, the Bleed Blue podcast. We got Ryan Poole on with us today, cornerback for the William & Mary football team. Ryan Poole, how are we doing today? How are we doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So Ryan, you're a cornerback at the William & Mary University, and you're going into your senior year, correct?
Actually, I just graduated. I'm going into my 5th year, so it's like my grad season and all that.
That's right, 5th year.
Yeah.
So, can you talk about a little bit about just how you where you grew up, how you got into football, and just kind of your life story up until now?
Yeah. So I was born in Annapolis, Maryland. I really can't claim that as like I'm from there, but I grew up around the area. I moved around a lot. My dad. He's a firefighter, so that's EMT, and he didn't really get into it until like I was like 3 or 4. So I stayed out in like Millersville, Maryland, always in Anne Arundel County, and I ended up moving up across the bridge, the Bay Bridge, in Ridgely, Maryland, which is like Caroline County, and that's where I grew up playing. That's where I started playing football. Just going out to the field with my brother because I was too young. My brother was playing, and I'd always hang around my dad and my brother. They'll show me the way. And then my dad always played Madden, so I used to be as a little kid just watching him play, memorizing the zone. So like as a kid, like I knew like defensive coverages from like a young boy. So it was pretty cool. But I kind of went from there. But then I moved back across the bridge. Actually not until like my sophomore year of high school. Yeah, permanently like my sophomore year of high school, I was just commuting back and forth, just so I can go to school in Anne Arundel County, and I ended up going to St. Mary's with you, and rest is history.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember. Yeah, those Madden games, man. You get like a lot of information before you even play football, like engage 8, cover 4 deep.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the ones I really remember. Blitz everybody, engage 8, and you got the 3 blue zones in the back. Yeah.
So so you're playing, you guys are double A, or what's that? How does that work?
FCS, D1 AA. Yeah, we play the FCS level. The next level up is SPS. That's like you get like, the big time schools and all that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's FBS, football bowl subdivision. That's what that. Yeah. So you go to St. Mary's, ball out there. Did you have like, I want to play college football in the back of your head like the whole time? Or was there kind of like a moment at St. Mary's where you're like, damn, like maybe I really like this football thing. Maybe it's going to be like work out,
Yeah. So coming in like my whole life, like I grew up playing baseball and football, and I really never knew like which one I was going to pick. Like I just like doing it. You get to high school, and then my dad's really like trying to make a plan because, he couldn't afford to send me to college like on his own. So like kind of like lock in, try to get a scholarship. So like he was gonna let me choose like regardless. So like I grew up playing baseball, like I said, and then in high school I was taking it pretty serious. Like I was traveling a lot, and then my sophomore summer hitting into my junior year, like I still didn't know. And then some stuff happened with our baseball team at the school, and like I made it easy. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on football, Dad. And after that, started training a lot harder. I got in contact with a lot more coaches around the area. Started like focusing on like technical stuff, especially at the cornerback position, because I knew like that's probably like the position I was gonna play, based off like my size and like what I really liked. But so from there, I actually my junior year, like the season, like I did really good at St. Mary's.
I remember.
Yeah. But say that junior year, going into it, like I gotta give credit to like my best friend's dad. So like I was BSing that summer. I'm not gonna lie to you, John. Like early on, I was BSing, and like my dad was on me. He was like, "What were you doing?" Like I was missing workouts, blah blah blah. And he sent me to work out with like my best friend's dad, and it was like 6 a.m. We wake up. I'm in Bowie, Maryland, somewhere at LA Fitness, doing whatever he tells me to do on the treadmill, like bike, whatever. And then I go to the field right after, hit the pool, and then come right back to the same race practice at like 6 p.m. It was crazy. Did that for like a month straight. And then I really saw like what hard work and the results like could do, because like my first game, like I'm like out there, I'm playing both ways, like I'm not tired, I'm balling. It's like, damn, like if I really put my head down and work, I could really do something. So that's really when I started to like take football like really, really serious. Not to say I didn't take it serious like my whole life, but like there's a different aspect to it when you really want to lock into it. You gotta extra hours and they count.
Dude, yeah, that's awesome. So was it, what are you weighing in these days? Like 6'1", 200 or something?
No, man. I'm only like, I give myself 5'10", 3/4. Try to say 5'11", but they're gonna give me the 3/4. And then like I'm like 185 right now. I try to keep it that way. I play like I'm 6'1", 200 though, man. It's like messing around. I'm messing
You
around.
have to have that confidence, especially at your level.
Yeah.
So I think it's super cool, like especially as like football players grow up and develop, they like look to other people and other like older football players that made it, whether it be in Division I or the NFL. And they kind of just, those players not only inspire like, younger players like yourself, but you try to model your game after them as well, whether it be like someone in your same position or not even anyone in your position, just someone that you like respect their mindset and such. So is there a certain player, Ryan, that you try to like model your game after, whether it be in college or in the NFL?
Yeah, I can give you three right now. So like, growing up, it was like, I never seen him play, but it was always my dad. Like I used to hear stories from his friends, like, how hard of a hitter he was and like how gritty, like how mean he was. And he always used to tell me like, mindset basically was a hit or be hit. Like told me like if you go in soft, you probably get hurt. Going hard, good chance you don't, that type of deal. So modeling like a gritty game after him, my mom was telling me like he was actually like that, and my grandparents tell me. So I tried to model after him. And then as I started to get more like technical into things, like I watched a lot of Patrick Peterson. That's my favorite player. I thought stuff that he was doing at the time was great. He was very technical in his feet, eyes, all that. So started watching him, and then more recently, Patrick Peterson. He's I'm not saying he's dying down. No disrespect to Pat Pete at all. But you know how it goes. But more recently, Marlon Humphreys, I really like the way he plays. He's got all aspects. The tackling, physicality. He's punching the ball out. He's getting interception. He's guarding the guys. Like that's guy I try to model my game after right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, Marlon's definitely a guy that sticks out. He's got to be like a top 3 corner.
Yeah,
I would say it's. I want to hear yours after this, but I'd say top 3 corners right now in the NFL. I would say one, it's got to be. I feel like it's got to be J.C. Jackson. Okay. Two, I'm gonna say Stephon Gilmore, Colts baby.
Okay.
And then 3, I'd put Marlon Humphrey.
Okay, right now, top 3.
Yeah,
I gotta give one to Ramsey. I'm not.
Oh, true. I
gotta give the one to Ramsey. I'd say like there's a lot of good corners out there you gotta watch. For example, like the Bengals got a guy out there. I think he's number 22. That dude was hooping last year. I forgot his name.
Oh, is that
he caught my eye a lot. It's not. No, hell no. It's not Apple. It's not Apple. No,
he was balling out. He was balling out.
Yeah. I think his last name is Bozzy or something like that.
Okay.
Pretty sure, but no, I probably go Ramsey. Humphreys is gonna be 3. There's number 2 I'm forgetting. I gotta think. J.C. Jackson's like that.
He's a Maryland guy.
Yeah, he is a Maryland guy. Yeah, J.C. Jackson's like that. Trying to think of teams. Oh, I think Xavier Howard's like that. I gotta give Howard Xavier.
Oh
Howard.
Yeah, Xavier Howard.
Yeah, Xavier Howard too. Yeah. So Ramsey, Howard, and then Humphrey for me.
That's a good one.
But honorable mention goes to the guy out of Cincinnati. I got to look at his name, but he was hooping last year.
Yeah, they went on a great run. That whole defense was just like, I don't know. Who's your team? I forget. Eagles, right?
Fan. No, I'm a Raven fan. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking. Oh, you know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Tamari. Tamari's.
Yeah. They're Eagles fans. Yeah, man.
Okay, that's funny. So let's talk a little bit more about college. So you guys, how's the season look this year? Is it like not a rebuilding year, but is it like you guys lost a lot of seniors and you kind of have like a lot of freshmen and sophomores coming in, or what's the lookout this season?
So this season we come a decent year. We got a lot of returning starters, a lot of seniors coming back on both sides of the ball. So that's good. We got a lot of experience. But season I got big expectations. You know, we were one
Yeah.
game out the playoffs last year, folded our last three, which is, you know, it's unfortunate, but you know, you gotta move on, look at it, rebuild and all that. But yeah, we're coming off a great season. We got a lot of returning starters, so we're really just trying to pick off where we left it. So definitely trying to make a run and go to the playoffs, win the CAA, and to get a shot at the Natty. That's the way I look at it. We kick off the season on Friday night, like I think in 2 weeks or 3 weeks against Charlotte, and that's FBS opponent. They're in the Conference USA. That's going to be some good bump there, and then from there we can get rolling.
Dude, that's awesome. Is Charlotte kind of like are they favored to win, or?
I mean, yeah, they're probably. I don't know. I haven't really looked into that. I really don't pay attention to all that. But
Yeah.
I mean, probably they're gonna look at, you know, the FBS school, the FCS school, and give them the favor. They're a good team. We're a good team, so we're just going out there to compete.
I love it. I love it. Do you guys have any NFL prospects coming up or not? Really?
I really don't. I'm not sure what I can get into, but you know, like if you pay attention to our team, there's you know, he's getting a lot of national attention right now. Got what? National Player of the was it? He's got Player of the Year for our conference this year. He was an All-American last year. Blah blah. Won a lot of awards so far. It's so many that I can't even keep track of. But Nate Land, he's number 99, is our D tackle. So expect the big things out of him again this year, which I think he will provide. You know, he works hard. So you know, that's one guy, and then we probably got a couple more guys, but you know.
Nate Lamb, was it, or
Nate Lynn.
Nate Lynn. All right, I'll keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna follow your guys' season this year. What's so first game of the season against Charlotte? What are you rolling with for a pregame meal?
Pregame meal?
Yeah, what's the go-to?
So when we go on the road, they do a good job. Sometimes it varies from place to place, but usually it's fire. So we go, like, we leave on a Thursday, and when we get down there, we're gonna have our meetings and a pregame meal, and it's usually like some nice steak, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. Like, it's actually like that. That's the Thursday night, and then the pregame meal for the Friday is always like some spaghetti type. You know, get the carbs in. That's like the right before the game. You know, that's always gonna be standard. It's always like chicken, big chicken, and like spaghetti, all that. That's standard. But the night before, it's just when we feast. Just like sometimes it's prime rib. We go to the right spot. It's pretty good. But like, you know, mac and cheese, like I said, broccoli, all that, mashed potatoes. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's crazy to me too. I remember in high school, you know, football you have to take seriously. Like, you got to put in the work if you want to succeed at it, individually as a team. What's been the difference though between preparing for games in high school and preparing for games now at the D1 AA level where you're at William Mary?
Yeah, it's definitely been basically my preparation, like my IQ. Like, you know, as you grow up, you develop more in IQ, and it comes with experience. And I didn't really start watching film correctly until like I got to college, probably like my sophomore year. And like my coach, DB coach, just got him. His name is Right Side Down. He played in the league. Second round draft pick out of UVA, so he knows a lot of ball, and there's been a lot of great players, and he's a great player himself. So really get behind him, and he showed me how to watch film. I've been breaking down. I'm not gonna let my secrets out like that, but
you can't do that.
But I break down a lot of film, and compared to what I did in high school, like I just watch plays, and I'm not even really paying attention, just look at a receiver, see what he's doing. Like, but now it's like I'm looking at the entire offense, demeanor, all that. You know, it's different splits. Like I said, formations. Like it's a lot of note taking, a lot of film watching. I watched more film probably last year than I thought I'd ever would. Like, it's crazy. And as you go like more longer in the season, like the film like piles up from each team, because like you go to week 6, got 5 games previous you got to watch. You go to week 7, you got 6, you know, 8. You got, you know, like you got to watch them all, because you never know. Like, they might pull something from game 1 that they liked. So
right,
just being prepared on all angles and all aspects. And that's one thing I prided myself on so far. But yeah, the preparation definitely multiplied coming into college.
I feel like, honestly, like at that level, just mentally preparing for a game, like physical aspects aside, right? You can just watch endless film a week before you play your opponent. I feel like you're 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
Just see what they're running. I don't.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but seriously, I just think there's so much mental and just it's a chess match, you know.
Yeah, it definitely slows the game down. It's for sure as a chess match. But as you watch more, it slows the game down. You know what you're getting, or at least have an idea what you're getting. You never know until it happens, but at least an idea. Sometimes you might guess right. Sometimes you might guess wrong.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. But it's fun when you guess right. See that.
So, are you majoring? Are you majoring, or well, I guess you're getting your master's.
Yeah, I'm getting
if
my
you're doing your
master's,
fifth year, yeah.
Yeah, I actually got 2 more years at eligibility. I plan on using it. So I'm getting my MBA here. So I start that actually like next week. We got a
That's
little boot
awesome,
camp,
dude.
and then so yeah, it's pretty cool. So get my MBA here while I play.
That's just the cherry on top, dude. You getting
It
a
is.
master's
It
degree
is.
while you're playing football. That's awesome.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So what's the master's in?
It's like master's of business administration. Like I don't know exactly what I want to do so far. I might do thinking like consulting, maybe finance. Definitely gonna like see more like what they have to offer. Like in the first year, I think we're gonna like dive in like all the courses, and then like our second year is when we really like pick what we want to do and focus it.
So do you want to stay on the East Coast, or where do you want to live?
Um, Maryland's cool, but I can see myself traveling a little bit, getting out there. Like my grandparents and my mom are from Gary, Indiana, and like that's very close to Chicago. I said that I wouldn't mind working out in Chicago. A lot of people from my school, they go to either like DC, New York. That's cool and all, but I want to travel a little bit, so I wouldn't mind going out west. Maybe like Cali, working for a little bit. Wouldn't settle down there, but maybe go out there, work for a little bit. Colorado's cool for me, so I don't know. I go where the world takes me. Not gonna be constrained to any specific area.
Hey, have you been in Colorado?
I have not. That's on my bucket list. I'm trying to get out there next winter, actually.
Dude, yeah, that you should, man. Out west, like in the mountains, is just.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because you went to what, Montana, right?
Yeah, Montana State.
Montana State. Hey, they're like that.
Dude, I went with Pat Kelly and Kerner.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
Delaney.
cool, man. Yeah, that's it's a fun time out there. Did you ski a lot and all that?
Yeah, skied a lot. Camped a lot.
Yeah.
It was a great time. It was so different from Annapolis.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was such a great learning experience.
Yeah. I feel like the West is it's definitely something you need to experience while you can. Especially not just going up to visit, trying to like live out there for just a little bit, maybe like a year or two. See the difference.
You have to. Yeah. It gave me like a different perspective on things.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah, I don't, again, the culture is so much different, I feel like, than the East Coast and just Annapolis in general. So I think it just helped with me, and it helped me in just growing. And now I'm in Tennessee, like, which is I'm in Nashville right now. So it's been another cool thing, like moving from the West to the South. So, I want to talk a little bit about your coaches and maybe your coaching. So could you see yourself coaching maybe down the line, or how do you want to stay like in football, if at all?
I definitely would want to, like, when I go home, like I'm still training myself, but like I bring out like younger guys around the area with me, and I try to, teach them like a lot what I'm doing. So like my best friend, he plays at Notre Dame. So like I train his brother a lot, and his little brother brings his friends around. So
what's his name? DJ, right? Or no?
Yeah,
DJ. Yeah. I remember you brought him to like some party. I remember like 2 years ago. What were we talking about, Ryan?
We were talking about getting back. If I saw myself getting back into coaching down the road, I'm pretty sure that's where you left off at.
Coaching, that's right.
Yeah.
So you do want to be a coach, that's right.
I would like I said, depending on where life takes me, NFL, job, whatever, doesn't matter. I definitely see myself
NFL, baby, NFL.
Yeah, it's a dream, but I definitely see myself getting into coaching, especially with younger guys around the area. I'm not sure like how high up, but definitely want to help kids, especially like high school kids, kids growing up, show them like what they can do, their potential, and teach them, school is important. At the same time, they can get the skill set to make it. So, it's something I see myself doing. I do it a lot when I come home. Like I said, I train my friend's little brother and all his little buddies too when they come around. But definitely see myself doing that.
Dude, so I was gonna ask you about NIL because obviously, I'm sure you know about that. Obviously,
Yeah.
Has it played a role for you in any way, or how have you used it, if at all?
I've been contacted by a few companies, but I never really dove into it because at the end of the day, like, like it's not the same as NIL at like Alabama, something like that. And like I might see myself doing it. Like, a person I would do it was like Liquid IV or Pedialyte. And I actually reached out to Pedialyte and they said they weren't doing it. Like, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, what do you mean you're not doing it? I would got some free Pedialyte. But now I haven't really gotten to it. Like it's a lot like, taxes and laws and all that. So like definitely I just stayed away and put my head down and work. But definitely it's something that's changed the game, obviously, as you know, especially with these bigger schools and all that. I'm not saying that any player like MLO stay away from it. You do your thing, you can make your own brand, but it's something that I just haven't looked into. So
do you agree with the fact that a high schooler can make, in some cases, like $1 million or $2 million, like straight out of high school and right into whether it be like an Alabama or an Ohio State? Or do you think that maybe it should be tamed back a little bit and they're just too young to be getting that big of a check?
I mean, it's easy to say people are too young to get that big of a check, but at the end of the day, you don't know anybody's family situation, their livelihood, their style. And at the end of the day, they're playing a dangerous game. And like you go to a school like Alabama, they're getting paid damn near billions, per game, with companies, that are airing it, blah, blah. So and they're the one making the plays like on a given day and then risking their body. So I mean, I can't be the one to say that they don't deserve it because who knows? Like they're about to make the same plays in NFL. Hopefully, if they make it, and they still help enough to get there and get paid that much. So starting it early, I don't know. It depends on how smart they are with their money and how much they need it. But you never know until you really dive into that type of stuff. So I don't think it's fair for me to like really determine if it's the adequate amount.
Exactly.
On either side.
Well, I think you bring up a great point in that like football is different from other sports in that it's so much more violent.
Yeah.
So it's like I see a lot of like in the NFL, for example, I see a lot of players like not going to practice or not going to training camp because they're in the last like year of their contract and they want to get paid. Like this is a business at the end of the day. Like it's the same with Kyle. Like everyone's just here to make money. People are going to come see football. People are going to pay tickets to watch. So especially at the football level, like if you can get paid, get paid.
Yeah,
that's my
exactly. Exactly. It's the now like that's what it is. I can't say it's right or wrong. Like that's just what it. That's the way it is.
Exactly. So, is there any? I meant to ask you this earlier. Is there any Maryland players on William & Mary, or like Anne Arundel County players?
Anne Arundel County players. We had Jared Hacker. He went to AACS, but he graduated last year.
We smacked AACS.
We played them. We actually played them. But there's a couple more Maryland guys, more so like PG County, and they went to like some of like the private schools out there and in DC. But definitely some more Maryland guys. But I wouldn't say Anne Arundel County. I think I'm the last remaining one. Yeah.
So after you have a breakout season this year, what's are you? Is the NFL like definitely in the cards or what?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely in the cards.
You're probably not thinking about that right now. You're probably just focused on having it.
Yeah, I'm trying to take it game by game. I really don't look into that type of stuff and all the reports like that much. At the end of the day, I'm prepared the same way each game. Like it's my last. You never know. But yeah, it's definitely something that I would dream of doing. And like I said, I'm probably gonna finish school. And then it exhausts all my eligibility before I even decide like if I'm gonna go or not. But yeah, that's definitely a dream. But like I said, I don't really look into all that much. I'm gonna keep it game by game, day by day, brick by brick type of thing.
Dude, it's actually pretty sweet to me. Like, I didn't realize there's a bunch of people that get opportunities, like as an undrafted free agent, and end up balling out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and you just look at these people, and they go to like Ball State or like Valdosta, or no, what's that one college? Valdosta State, or maybe
that's one I heard of.
Yeah, that's where our best corner, Kenny Moore, for the Colts. That's where he went. He was undrafted, and now he's like the best slot corner in the game. So it's just kind of cool, I think, to like see these undrafted players from like no-name schools end up balling out. Because, dude, there's so much talent out there. Like, you just need to find it. So
exactly. And they will find it. If you got it, they will find you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about your style of play. So are you more of a like man-to-man corner, or are you kind of more, do you like more of a zone kind of like cover 2, cover 4 deal?
I say I press a lot, play a lot of man. It's something that we just do here, play a lot of man. So I definitely say I prefer, man coverage. It's a lot more fun, it's a lot more challenging. Play some dog out there, and everybody's easy to guard. But I play a lot of press man. Been working on my off man, so I'm trying to incorporate that a lot more this year. But we play some zone too. So like, definitely, I wouldn't pick either or for my game. I can do both, but my favorite thing to do probably is cover 2 and like man. That's like my favorite, probably my favorite too.
Blowing up the flats, the flats and coverage.
Blowing the flats is fun.
Dude, I remember that was fun in high school. Just getting Coach Ganis's call, and then just
I think it was called Silver.
Just fly out like a maniac. Great, so you're the guy. I can see you're the type of guy that's like, give me the number 1 receiver every game.
It's definitely, I'm trying to challenge myself. There's a lot of dogs out there. You'd be surprised from like my level. I'm like, Charlotte has a pretty good receiver. I'm preparing for him, so I do not shy away from taking the number 1 receiver. And in the boundary, like, it's usually what you get. You get the number 1. I play boundary corner.
Boundary's like weak side.
Yeah, it's a short side of the field.
Short side, yeah. So I gotta hear what your go-to quote is, or like a quote that you try to live by, or like a quote that just sticks out to you.
Yeah, it's a quote by like I said, my best friend's dad. Like, he passed, and he was like pretty integral in my life, and he actually told me this like a few months before he passed. Like, I didn't want to go to a recruiting trip, and I wanted to go to homecoming at St. Mary's. And I ended up doing both in the same day. Like, I went down there. It was Boston College, actually. I went down there, and I flew back, and I went to homecoming still. But he was like mad at me for even, like not trying to take the opportunity. He showed me his quote that he wrote. It was I look at it for every game, actually. It's actually written down on my notebook. It's one of life's challenges is to recognize that opportunities are both scarce and priceless. They don't advertise themselves and often present themselves as obstacles and hard work. However, if one is not ready to seize upon them, someone else gladly will. So that's something I try to live by, seize a moment type of thing.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
So is your best friend the Notre Dame guy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. That's good, man. So would that be like the advice you give someone maybe that was just like starting out from football too, like, or just like someone who wanted to like, take up a challenge or do something that really wasn't in their favor? Is that what you would tell like a young person?
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, the quote, like, that's just not like for football. That's just something I do right now, but that's something I look at throughout like my whole life. Like, if I'm in a big time corporation or, making a decision in my life, like what I should do, picking like right or wrong, blah, blah, like, opportunities are actually, you don't get them back. So you really don't. If you think about it, some of these opportunities you get on the field. So like football relates to a lot of things like I have in my life. That's why I use it for that. But, it expands more than that, in my opinion. So I definitely would drop that on someone that needs it.
That's awesome, man. And yeah, I totally agree. That's why I love football so much. And I'm sure you do too, is because you can relate it. Like, it's such a team game. Like, you can relate it to just basically anything in life.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate team sport. You know that.
Yeah,
That's
it
what's
is.
so awesome about it. So
Yeah.
good, man. Well, I think that's all we got time for today. Ryan Poole, thank you so much for coming on, taking the time, man. We're definitely going to be looking at your breakout season, William and Mary, and also Brian Lynn, right? Or no, what's his name?
Nayland.
Nayland. That's right.
Nayland.
We'll be looking out for that guy too.
Got you, man. Appreciate it, John.
Of course, anytime.